Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. This video was presented by Kusuma, Lohita and Hasini under the guidance of Dr. M. Prasad, PhD, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, Bhimavaram. In this video, we are going to explain about the concepts of reading a file, writing a file, deleting a file and dictionary methods. We also explain each and every topic along with an example program code. Let's get started without any delay. First, let us go with Introduction to Files. Files are named locations on disk to store related information. They are used to permanently store data in a non-volatile memory, example hard disk. Since random access memory RAM is volatile, which means loses its data when the computer is turned off, we use files for future use of data by permanently storing them. When we want to read from or write to a file, we need to open it first. When we are done, it needs to be closed so that the resources that are tied with the file are freed. Hence, in Python, a file operation takes place in the following order. Open a file. To perform operation, we use read and write, and close a file. First topic is opening or creating a file in Python. The method open is used to open an existing file or creating a new file. If the complete dictionary is not given, then the file will be created in the dictionary in which the Python file is stored. The syntax for using open method is given below. File object assigned to open method within parenthesis file name, access mode and buffering number. Examples for opening a file. F is equal to open within parenthesis test.txt, read operation. After processing the content in the file must be saved and closed. To do this, we can use another method named closed for closing the file. This is an important method to be remembered while handling files in Python. File objects dot close within parenthesis is the syntax for close method. Now we can see an example for opening and closing a file. First, let us see the code. String is assigned to, this is a string in Python. My file is assigned to open method in which my file name.txt, write operation and one buffering number. My file dot write within parenthesis, we can write anything. My file dot close within parenthesis, this means that the file is closed. Later, print my file dot closed. In order to read a file in Python, we must open the file in read mode. There are three ways in which we can read the files in Python. The first method is read within parenthesis of n. Second method is read line within parenthesis of n. And the third one is read lines within parenthesis in which all lines return to a list. Next one, reading information in the file. Let us see an example code to understand it simply. First, my file is assigned to open method within parenthesis. We can see test.txt and read operation. Later, print my file dot read within parenthesis of 5. Here we are opening the test.txt in a read-only mode and are reading only the first 5 characters of the file using myfile.read within parenthesis of 5 method, which means the output will be only the first 5 characters so that the output is only hello. In the example 2, we can see that the print statement consisting of read within parenthesis of m. This means that the up to we can see morning, the output is printed. In the example 3, we can see within the parenthesis there is a number 2. So from starting onwards only 2 characters are read. Hence the output is he. Now by seeing example 4, we can say that file name assigned to test.txt, file handle assigned to open file name and read operation. File data assigned to file handle dot read operation. Later, print file data. Hence, the file completely is printed as in the output. We can see that the output consisting of hello world, hello Python, good morning, how are you. Next topics is writing into files. In order to write data into a file, we must open the file in write mode. We need to be very careful while writing data into the file as it overwrites the content present inside the file that you are writing, and all the previous data will be erased. We have two methods for writing data into a file as shown below. First method is write operation within parenthesis a string. Second method is write operation within parenthesis a string list. Let us take the example 1 code. Here we can see that my file is assigned to open method within parenthesis test.txt and write operation. In the next line we can see my file.write within parenthesis hello world. In the example 2 we can see that my file is assigned to open method within parenthesis test.txt and write operation my file.write hello world and my file.write hello Python. Here we can see that the first line will be hello world, and as it is mentioned that /n character, the cursor will move to the next line of the file and then write hello Python. Remember, if you don't mention /n, then the data will be written continuously in the text file like hello world and hello Python. That means if /n is not present, it will be in the continuous manner. Now we can see example 3. Here the code consists of fruits assigned to apple, orange, grapes and watermelon. My file assigned to open test.txt and read operation. Here we can see that the fruits all are printed. Now our next topic is deleting files. How to delete file in Python. There are several methods for deleting a file in Python. Some of them are os.remove, which removes a specified file only. os.unlink removes the specified file useful in Unix environment. pathlib.path within parenthesis file path dot unlink within parenthesis. This method delete the file or symbolic link in the mentioned path. os.rmdir which removes the empty folder. pathlib.path which unlink and delete the empty folder. shutil.rmtree delete a dictionary and the files contained in it. How to delete a function in Python. Python provides strong support for file handling. We can delete files using different methods, and the most commonly used one is the os.remove method. Below are the steps to delete a file. The first step is find the path of a file. We can delete a file using both relative path and absolute path. The path is the location of the file on the disk. An absolute path contains the complete dictionary list required to locate the file, and a relative path includes the current dictionary and then the file name. For example, /home/python/report/samples.txt is the absolute path to discover the samples.txt. Second step, use os.remove function to delete a file. The OS module in Python provides methods to interact with the operating system in Python. The remove method in this module is used to remove or delete a file path. First, import the OS module and pass a file path to the os.remove file path function to delete a file from a disk. The third step is use the rmtree function to shuttle module to delete a dictionary. Import the shuttle module and pass the dictionary path to shuttle rmtree path function to delete a dictionary and all files contained in it. Example for removing a file in Python. The following code explains how to delete a file named sales1.txt. Import os, that means removing a file with a relative path. os.remove sales1.txt. In the second example, we can see using an absolute path. Import OS, removing file with absolute path. os.remove or within here sales2.txt. Firstly, our code consists of profits.txt, revenue.txt, sales1.txt, sales2.txt. After removing sales1 and sales2, we will be left with profit.txt and revenue.txt, which is clearly determined in this picture. Our code deleted 2 files. Here is the list of the remaining files in the dictionary. Understand the OS remove method. Syntax: os.remove path star dir fd assigned to none. Pass file path to the os.remove file path function to delete a file from a disk. The following are the parameters that we need to pass. Path: a relative or absolute path for the file object, generally in string format. dirfd: a directory representing the location of the file. The default value is none and this value is ignored in the case of the absolute path. If the passed file path is a directory or OS error will be erased. Check if file exists before deleting. It is important to check whether the file is existing before you delete. A file not found error will be raised if the file is not found in the path. So, it is advised to check if the file exists before deleting it. This can be achieved in 2 ways. First one is operating path os.path.exists function to check the file exists. Second one is use exception handling. From this we can see this one is os.path.exist. Here we can see the exception handling method. Deleting all files from a dictionary. Sometimes we want to delete all files from the dictionary without deleting a dictionary. Follow the below steps to delete all files in the dictionary. Get the list of files in the folder using os.list directory path function. It returns a list containing the names of the files and the folders in the given dictionary. Iterate over the list using a for loop to access each file one by one. Delete each file using the os remove. Here we can see the code for deleting all the files from a dictionary. Deleting a non-empty file. In the same way we will delete the non-empty file, but sometimes we need to delete a folder and all files contained in it. Use the rmtre method of a shuttle module to delete a dictionary and all files from it. See delete a non-empty folder in Python. The Python shuttle module helps perform high-level operations in a file or collection of files like copying or removing content. Here we can see the code. Final code. Here we can see that os.path, os.remove, shuttle and all other operations. Directory methods. There are 63 directory methods we can find in Python language. Let us